Hey everybody, it's me, Bryson Booker, and it's time for another cartoon movie review for all of you superheroes out there. I know you guys have a secret identity and you're a superhero. How do I know? Because I'm all-knowing. I'm omniscient, guys. I know all of this stuff. So, if you try to ask me why in the comments, which I'm going to predict with my super sense that one of you knuckleheads are going to do. You're going to ask me how I know what your secret identity is. And I'm going to tell you the answer right now. I do. That's it. That's just it. Okay? And today, I'm going to be reviewing a cartoon movie from Warner Brothers. Yes, that name has been so prominent in my life lately. Because recently I picked up a whole lot of Warner Brothers tapes, VHS tapes. But I've actually had this movie ever since I was a kid. And I kind of neglected it for about, I don't know, 10 to 15 years. Until I recently said, hey, maybe this will actually be interesting now. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the 1997 TV movie, The Batman Superman Movie. Now, I know what you're thinking. What? This isn't the first time? I mean, 2018, or I think it was, when did it come out? Like 2017? 2017 or 2016, I'm not knowing for sure because the movie sucks anyway. But 2017 wasn't the first time Batman and Superman were in the same movie? No, it wasn't. Go all the way back to 1997 on the Kids WB. During the new Batman and Superman adventures, and the Kids WB released a 90-minute, well, it's 90 minutes with commercials, pretty much, a TV movie called The Batman Superman Movie, World's Finest. This is basically an episode of, the new Superman adventures, which was basically the current incarnation of Superman as well as Batman at that time. It's just basically a TV movie based on that show. And obviously it stars Batman, Superman, Lex Luthor, and the Joker, as well as Harley Quinn, basically the Joker's assistant, also makes an appearance in this TV movie. It debuted October 4th, 1997, again on the Kids WB. They basically promoted it as a Batman Superman special, and that's what they aired it as. And it's basically about an hour and 10 minutes long. I thought it was longer when I was a kid, but when I saw this when I was a kid, I really wasn't interested. Because, guys, back when I was a kid, I really didn't pay attention to superhero stuff. I thought it was boring. And that's because, as a kid, you don't understand the plot. So, I mean, it makes sense of why I didn't like it when I was a kid. And that's probably one of the reasons why it stayed on my shelf for so long untouched. Because I just didn't like it. I mean, I was watching stuff like Scooby-Doo, SpongeBob, Ed and Eddie, and Dexter's Lab. I really didn't care about seeing two guys on the same screen fight each other. But those who did care in 1997, this was a really big deal. And those same people who cared in 1997 were disappointed when the Warner Brothers thought it would be a good idea to do it again in live action form. They were extremely disappointed with that. But they weren't disappointed with this. This is actually a pretty good movie with a pretty darn simple plot. It's so ridiculously simple, a 5-year-old can get it. Even though a 5-year-old probably won't like it, they can still understand it. And I still understood it. But I hated it because I just thought it was too slow-paced. But now it makes a lot of sense, and I love it. So basically, the Joker is out to kill Superman. What else is new? He's either killing Batman, or he's killing Superman, or he's killing some other thing just so he can take over the world. I mean, that's nothing new. So he seeks the help of basically Lex Luthor to give him some money to kill Superman, obviously. Batman finds out about this, and really, he dates Superman's, I believe, reporter, right? I can't remember her name. Lois Lane. Okay. See, I'm still not a big superhero buff, guys. I just like this stuff nowadays because, I don't know, I love Batman. But Batman dates Lois Lane. This makes Superman jealous and basically makes both of them enemies. And so, even though Batman really saves Superman's butt, he still secretly hates the guy. I mean, and I'm glad, I'm kind of glad they did that. I'm kind of glad that Warner Brothers didn't make Batman and Superman best friends. Unlike other two creatures that became best friends. It's just like, It's just like Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry will always be enemies. They will never be best friends. If Batman and Superman became friends, it would have been just like Tom and Jerry becoming friends and going on adventures with each other and helping each other. It just wouldn't have melded well together. And by the way, didn't Tom and Jerry become friends? They're enemies, and I'm glad they kind of, kept that distance between them. I'm glad they didn't become friends right away because, come on. This would have been a buddy comedy if that happened. And we don't need any more buddy comedies, especially in the Warner Brothers world. We don't need any more buddy comedies. But this is a true superhero movie. And even though, Batman and Superman still really don't like each other at the end, they respect each other. The only thing that is boosted in their relationship together is their respect. So Batman respects Superman, Superman respects Batman to a certain degree. Because Superman is just Superman. But that's basically the plot. They kick Joker's butt, his whole plan blows up, the day is saved. Done. It's that simple. It's so ridiculously simple. There's the inside of the DVD. There's the DVD right there. And then right there, for some random reason, they put scene selection on here. So just in case you want to see Harley Quinn getting arrested again and 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 hear her scream, you can do so, you crazy person, you. You can do that. So they put scene selection on here, as well as some other special features, which include the Joker's challenge game. You got a conversation with the producer, Bruce Timm. You got how to draw Batman, how to draw Superman, a music montage. You got a cast and crew information. Trailers, most of the trailers are Scooby-Doo, so that's a good thing. I would encourage you to watch the trailers. Languages, all that stuff that you probably wouldn't want to know, unless you speak French. Then there's a French language on here, as well as Portugal. So if you are a Portuguese person that loves Batman and Superman, this movie is meant for you because there's a language for you. This is not to bring up any language barriers or anything. But those are all the special features that are included on this DVD. Particularly, I don't really know when this DVD was released. I assume that it was maybe 98. I don't know, 98, 99. I'm not really for sure. But despite the DVD, it's a great movie. It's just, the animation, again, it's top notch. Warner Brothers with their animation, especially what they were doing around this time to the mid to late 90s, it was top notch stuff. The cartoony shows like Animaniacs and Freakazoid look cartoony. The action shows like Batman, Superman, the new Batman Adventures, Batman Beyond, they had kind of a darker yet sharp tone to them, which is basically how I like to describe the animation of this movie. I think this is best seen on the back here. You got nice vibrant colors with kind of like a sharp look to it. And so that's a pretty decent look for this movie and what it does. Great animation, great voice acting, love the voice acting, the story makes sense, and they didn't take a long time telling the story. And okay, maybe if this was a direct-to-video release or direct-DVD release, maybe the story would have took a bit longer. But I guess since it was on TV, they were like, well, we only got an hour slot, what do we do? And so they're not rushing anything. The movie takes its time. A lot of times with these superhero movies, they just love to rush to the action scenes. This movie doesn't do that. It takes its time to build up to those points. And, that's great because it makes more time for dialogue. There's even a little comedy in this movie. It's not laugh out loud funny, but it'll make you chuckle a little bit. Specifically in the Joker scenes, because the Joker always makes you chuckle. That's his job. And to kill you. But anyway, you got some of those lighthearted moments, as well as the full-on action moments, even a bit of romance. There's a little bit of everything in this movie. It got a lot going on for it, and it does so in a time slot that a normal movie would probably take about 2.5 hours to do, which is practically the case for that new Batman Superman movie. But this Batman Superman movie is a great one from Warner Brothers. You gotta check it out. I love it. You're gonna love it. Get it on. It was also released on VHS, so if you can't seem to find the DVD anywhere, which for some reason I haven't been able to find the DVD. It's like they haven't really re-released this movie, but they may have released it on, I don't know, the new Superman show box set or the new Batman Adventures box set. But get it on DVD, get it on Netflix. Wait, forget Netflix. Netflix sucks. Get it on video, VHS, as well as DVD. You'll be happy that you did. It's a pretty great movie from Warner Brothers.